Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I am Coach Ray. Back to the classes again. Sorry I was gone. It's glad to see you guys. So for today, I am going to use 2 long sticks for the class. We are going to get into some mobility warm-ups. We're going to warm up the hips. We're going to warm up the spine quite a bit. Okay, work on some of that thoracic spine. And then we're going to get into some hip drills. Okay, some single leg hip drills. So I have a squat rack here. This is going to be door frame or wall, okay? And then I have a pad, of course, something for us to kneel on, and I have a bench or a chair, whatever you happen to have available to you, okay? So I'm going to take my 2 sticks here, and we're going to get started. So we are first going to start with the feet and ankles as usual, okay? So what I want to do here, I want to take a horse split stance, or a stance that's relatively wide, about roughly shoulder width. I'm going to have both sticks about 6 to 8 inches in front of the line of my toes, angled in towards me. And what I'm going to do here, hands going to be about roughly shoulder height. So from here, I want to drop my hips down, keep my pelvis stacked under my spine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring both heels up. Okay, keeping all 5 toes in contact with the floor the entire time. Okay, I'm going to hold that position here. You want to try to maintain balance. Okay, I'm going to bring my heels back down. As soon as they touch the floor, I'm going to bring my heels back up. And I want to keep it under control. Okay, I'm going to hold. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, good. Heels back down. Slowly, under control. As soon as they touch the floor, bring the heels right back up. Good. Now what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to lift the sticks off the floor, holding that heel up position. Good. Place the sticks back down. Good. Heels down. As soon as they touch the floor, come back up again. Good. Bring the sticks up. Hold. Good. Place the sticks back down. Heels down slowly. Good. Let's go one more. Heels up. Bring the sticks up. Now what I want to do, I want to rotate the sticks over to my left. Okay. Then right. Keeping those heels up. This works a lot on the balance. Back to center. Good, and down. Heels down, and take a second here, okay? So, now we're gonna get into lateral shifting, and then circles here, okay? So I'm gonna take a staggered stance, okay? Like so. Not gonna have my foot too far back, and I wanna have my right foot forward, left foot is back. I'll go from a little bit of a side profile here, so you kind of see what I'm doing. Now what I'm doing here is sticks are going to be directly in front in that same position. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to shift my weight to my right, okay? And then I'm going to bring my right heel up. Good. And now I'm going to laterally shift my heel. So I'm going to shift my right heel inwards towards my center line. And then I'm going to shift my heel outwards away from my center line. So I want to be on that pinky toe here. Now I'm going to shift inwards towards my center line. Good. Shift outwards. Good. Shift inwards. Good. And then out. Good. Back to center and down. Good. Okay. So now I'm going to switch feet. So left heel up. So I'm going to shift my weight to that left foot. Bring that left heel up. I'm going to shift my heel inwards. So you want to really think about you're driving that heel towards your center line, right? Now I'm going to shift my heel outwards. So we're trying not to move the knee as much as possible. Okay, you want to keep the knee exactly where it's at. that movement should be coming from the ankle. Shift the heel inwards, okay? Be on that big toe. Good, shift out. Excellent, in. Good, then out. Back to center, and down. Perfect, good. Now we're gonna return back to that horse stance, okay? And so we're gonna do here, pelvis stacked under the spine. We're gonna go circles, 1 foot at a time. Start with that right foot, okay? With that right foot, I'm just gonna shift my weight to that right foot just a little bit. And I'm gonna bring that right heel up, all 5 toes in contact with the floor here. And I'm gonna draw a circle with my heel. I'm gonna start going counterclockwise. So I'm gonna go 9, 6, 3, 12, okay? 9, 6, 3, 12. Let's go one more and switch directions. 9, 6, 3, 12. Let's switch directions. 3, 9, or sorry, 6, 9, 12. Good. 2 more. 3, 6, 9, 12. Last one. 3, 6, 9, 12. Bring the heel back down slowly. Good. Now I'm going to shift over to the other side a bit. Okay? Same thing. Bring that left heel up, starting counterclockwise. So 9, 6, 3, 12. Good. 9, 6, 3, 12. Good. 9, 6, 3, 12. Now switch directions. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay. 3, 6, 9, 12. Last one. 3, 6, 9, and 12. Good. Back down and take a break for a second here. Shake your feet out. All right. So now we're going to get into pelvic tilting. Okay. So what I want to do from here, I'm actually going to start off with a relatively narrow stance here, and I'm going to progressively move my stance out. It's going to make it a little bit harder to control the pelvis here. So I'm going to start with my feet under my hips. Toes are going to be pointed forward. Okay. Now the sticks are going to be about, again, 6 to 8 inches in front of the line of my toes. I want to keep them in line with my mid toe. So from here, I'm going to drop down into that stance a little bit, bend the knees. Okay. Spine is stacked up tall. Okay. I'm going to start by tucking my pelvis posteriorly. So try to squeeze those glutes. Good. Hold. Now I'm going to do an anterior tilt. So I'm going to tighten my lower back tissues. Good. Tuck my pelvis. Squeeze those glutes. Good. Do an anterior tilt. Tighten those lower back tissues. Driving the six to the ground really lightly, 15%. Good. Posterior tilt. Squeeze those glutes. And anterior tilt. Good. Bring it back to neutral. And stand up. Now, we're going to move the feet out a little wider. So, let's go with shoulder width here. Okay. Move the sticks out a little wider. Same thing. Okay. Drop the knees down a little bit. Spine up tall. Okay. Do a posterior tilt. So tuck the pelvis in. Squeeze the glutes. Good. Anterior tilt. Those lower back tissues tighten. Posterior tilt. Squeeze those glutes. Make them work. Anterior tilt. Good. Posterior tilt. Tuck that pelvis in. Good. And anterior tilt. And relax. Back to neutral. Good. Now we're going to move out a little wider. Okay? So move the feet out a bit wider here. So now we're in a much wider stance. It might be a little bit harder to control the pelvis, but that's what we're going for. We're going for a challenge, right? So try to have the feet pointed forward the best that you can. Okay? So from here, same thing. Start with a tall spine, knees bend a bit. I want to tuck my pelvis. Squeeze the glutes. Drive those knees outwards. Okay? Drive them away from each other. Now do an anterior tilt. Good. Posterior tilt. Drive those knees out. You're going to feel a much harder demand because your knees are going to want to cave in sometimes, right? Anterior tilt. Good. Posterior tilt one more time. Squeeze those glutes. Anterior tilt. Good. Back to center. And stand up. Good. Excellent. Okay. So now what we're going to do here, I'm going to place one stick down. And I'm going to grab the bench. So we're going to work with some warming up the spine from a seated position. Okay. So the main focus here is I want to make sure that my feet and my hips are staying planted and that they don't move a whole lot, right? We're just trying to focus on getting the spine to move here. So we're first going to start off with some lateral flexion, okay? So from here, I want to place a stick on my upper back, basically on top of my traps here, okay? Now your hands are going to be as wide as whatever's comfortable. If you have really good shoulder mobility, you might be able to move them in closer. If you need a little bit more room in the shoulders, you can move them out wider, okay? Whatever's most comfortable for you. So from here, I want to make sure I'm staying up tall, right? And what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to lightly pull that stick apart, about 20% tension. And this is going to retract my shoulder blades and keep me standing up tall here, okay? You want to keep a tall spine as much as you can. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to pull down with that right arm, and I'm going to laterally tilt to my right, okay? You're going to feel that spine start to open up a little bit. Then I'm going to bring it back to neutral, still pulling apart the entire time. Now I'm going to pull down with that left and laterally tilt to my left. Good. Back to center. Still pulling apart. Pull with the right. Tilt the spine to the right. Good. Back to center. Now I'm going to tilt to the left. Pulling that left side down. Good. Back to center. Now we're going to add in some rotation here, okay? So, still pulling the stick apart, 20% tension. What I want to do here, I'm going to rotate to my right just a little bit, right? Not that much. Your head and neck follows. Now what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to tilt to the right, staying in that rotated position. Now we're trying to open up that spine in a little bit of a different position here, right? Good. Come back to neutral, rotate forward. Now I'm going to rotate to my left just a little bit, okay? Pull down with that left hand, tilt to the left, open up that spine. Good. Bring it back to neutral. Now let's rotate a little bit further here. Rotate to the right a little bit more, okay? And then laterally tilt to the right, pulling down with that right hand. Good. Back to neutral. Rotate forward. Now to the left. Good. Pull that left side down. Rotate, tilt to the left. Good. Back to neutral. And then forward. Okay? Good. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to place this stick. I'm going to take this one stick. and bring it behind my back. Okay, I'm gonna bring it behind my mid back here. Okay, still in the seated position. Position doesn't change. Now we're gonna work specifically on rotation. Okay, so legs are staying where they were before. Feet are firmly planted. What I'm gonna do here is I'm going to bring my elbows in closer to my body. So I'm gonna bring my elbows in close to my lats here, okay? Stick is at mid back. Now what I wanna do from here, I wanna bring my shoulders down. You don't want your shoulders to come up. You wanna bring them down towards your butt, okay? What I'm gonna do from here, you can grip the stick, okay? Or you can have an open hand, whatever's most comfortable. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rotate to the right. I'm gonna drive that left side of the stick forward, getting as much rotation as I can. Now I'm gonna rotate to the left, and now I'm driving that right hand forward. Make sure you breathe, that is very important here. Rotate to the right. Deep breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Rotate to the left. Drive that right hand forward. Rotate to the right. Good. Rotate to the left. Breathe. One more time. Rotate to the right. Good. Now rotate to the left. Come back to neutral. And good. All right. Perfect. So that concludes the warm-up. Okay. And so now we're going to get into the standing hip drills here. Okay. So we're going to need both sticks. Now, if you have just one stick, right, you want to have the stick on the side of the hip that's going to be moving. Okay. So I'm going to take both sticks here. We're first going to start with a hip flexion drill to knee extension. And then we're going to start to play around with some internal, external rotation of the hip in different positions. Okay? So I'm going to have my feet together here. And I'm going to have the sticks angled towards me. So they're picked up. I'm going to angle the bottoms of the stick towards my feet here. Okay? It's going to be about roughly about an inch or two in front of my toes, right? So from here, first thing I'm going to do is warm up the core. I'm going to drive the sticks into the ground with 50% tension. So arms straight, shoulders down, gripping the sticks at shoulder height. Drive those sticks into the floor 50%. We're going to hold this for 30 minutes. Just kidding. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Good. Let's go one more time. Okay. Let's up it to 70% this time. Okay. Arms straight, shoulders down. Stand up tall and drive those sticks into the floor. You should feel all those interior core tissues turn on here, right? Hold. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. Now we're going to do hip flexion to knee extension. So if your quad starts to cramp, please take a break for a second, right? Want to shake it out. So arms are straight. Drop both sticks down, okay? I'm going to start by bringing my right knee up as high as I can. Dorsiflexing the ankle. Now I'm going to extend that knee. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back in. Keeping that knee up. Hold. And down. Excellent. Good. We're going to do 2 more, then we're going to switch sides. Arms straight, shoulders down, drive the sticks to the floor, 50% tension. Bring that right knee up. Keep that left leg straight. Extend the knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in. And down. Excellent. Let's go one more time here, okay? Arms straight, shoulders down, drive those sticks into the floor. Bring that right knee up. Extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back in and down. All right, good. Now we're going to switch sides, okay? Okay, arms straight, shoulders down, drop sticks to the floor 50%. Good. Bring that left knee up and extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back in and down. Good. Let's get 2 more here. Drive the sticks down, 50%. Keep that right leg straight. Bring that left knee up. Extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back in and down. Excellent. Let's go one more time. Okay. Drive those sticks down. Activate. Okay. Left knee up. Extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back in and down. Excellent. Good. Okay. So now we're going to start to play around with the hip being in different ranges of abduction here. Okay. We're going to add some rotation. So we're going to be in a hip flex position. And as we go through the drill, we're going to start to move the hip out. So the position of the sticks are going to change just a little bit, okay? So, I'm gonna start with the sticks in front, okay? Now, the distance of the sticks is gonna depend on how mobile you are. So, if you need to, start with the sticks roughly about shoulder width, okay? So, start with the right hip first, arm straight, drive the sticks down, 50%. I'm gonna bring the right knee up to hip height, okay? Keep the knee in the middle. I wanna bring my instep to that left stick and push. Good, rotate it to the middle. Now I'm gonna bring the outside of my foot to the right stick. Push. Back to center and down. Okay, easy enough, right? Now I'm gonna move the sticks out a little bit more. So now I want to keep my knee in the middle of the sticks. I have to abduct my hip, okay? So left stick's at 12, right stick is at about 1 o'clock, okay? So from here, arms straight, drive both sticks down. I'm gonna bring my right knee into the middle. Gonna bring that instep to the left stick, push. Push it about 50% tension. Bring it back to center. Now I'm gonna bring the outside of my foot to the right stick. Push. 3, 2, 1. Back to center and down. Excellent. Increase that range. So now right stick comes at 2 o'clock. Left stick's gonna be more at about 1. Okay, closer to 1. So, again, you have to keep your hips straight when you do this because we're trying to abduct the hip, right? Not trying to rotate the hip into it. We're not getting that true abduction. So, arms are straight. Drive both sticks down, 50%. Bring that right knee up in the middle. So I'm going to rotate the foot towards that left stick. Push. Good for that left glute working here. Good. Bring the knee back to the center. Now I'm going to rotate the outer part of my foot towards the right stick. Good. Back to center and down. Ease off. Good. Now we're going to come back to the original switching legs here, okay? Sticks are in the middle, okay? Hands still at shoulder height, okay? So from here, stand tall, drive both sticks down. Good. Bring that left knee up. Rotate foot towards the right stick. Push. Good. Back to center. Rotate the foot towards the left stick. The right leg should be straight. Good, back to center and down. Excellent. So, right stick comes to 12, left stick moves to 11. So arms straight, drop both sticks down, okay? Bring that left knee up in the middle, rotate the instep of your foot towards the right stick, push, good, bring the foot back to center, now rotate it towards the left stick. 3, 2, 1, back to center, and down. Excellent. Now let's increase that range again. Right stick comes to 11. Left stick goes to 10 o'clock. All right. Remember, keep the hips straight as possible. Arms straight, drop both sticks down. Left knee comes up. Bring that instep to the right stick. Push. Good, back to center. Now rotate it towards the left stick. 3, 2, 1, back to center and down. Ease off. Excellent. Take a second here. Okay. So that drill is good for getting good at rotating, learning how to rotate and articulate the hip in those different positions of abduction, right? So now we're going to get into some single leg RDLs, okay? So what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to have the sticks up front, okay? What I want to do here is so where you grab is going to be dependent on your range of motion, okay? If you have one stick, have it on the opposite arm, right? So I have it contralaterally. So if I'm doing my right leg, make sure the stick's in your left, okay? So, I'm going to have my arms roughly about 90 degrees, okay? Now what I want to do from here, I'm going to start with my right leg, okay? So from here, I'm going to drive the sticks down 50%. I'm going to pick my left foot up off the floor, okay? I want to make sure I'm grabbing the ground with my right foot, so grabbing with my foot, okay? Now I'm going to start to drive that left leg back, okay? Extend those arms out, hold, 3, 2, 1, back up, and place that foot back down. Good. Okay, so now we're going to start to add a little more of a challenge, picking up one stick and then the other, all right? So, both arms still at 90 degrees, drive both sticks down, okay? Pick up that left foot, drive that left foot back. Let's pick up that left stick. Good, drop it down, pick up the right stick. Place it back down, and then come back up, and place your left foot down. Good. Okay. Now we're going to do that again. Now we're going to add something a little extra on the end here, right? Make it more challenging. So, drop both sticks down, pick up that left foot, drive that left foot back behind you, okay? Pick up the left stick. Good. Now pick up the right stick. Place the left stick back down. Place the right stick down. Now pick up both. Try to keep that balance. And place both sticks back down. Good. Come back up. And ease off. Good. Okay. Now we're going to switch over to the left side. Okay. Good. It's important to make sure that you're breathing the entire time. Okay. Arms in the same position. Okay. Drop both sticks down. I'm going to hover that right foot off the floor. Now I'm going to start to hinge, driving my hands forward, driving that right foot back behind me. Good. Back up. And ease off. Good. I'm going to go through those same progressions. So I'm going to drive both sticks down. Pick that right foot up off the floor. Make sure you grab it around with that foot. Okay. Drive that right foot back. Extend those hands out. I'm going to pick up the right stick. Place it back down. Pick up the left stick. Place it back down. Good. We come back up. And place that right foot down. Good. Okay. Now we're going to go through this last rep. Same thing. Okay. Add a little special bit on the end. So, drive both sticks down. Bring your right foot up. Drive that right foot back. Pick up the right stick. Now the left stick. Hold. Place them both down. Good. Now pick up both sticks. 3, 2, 1. Place them back down. And come up slow, under control. And good. Excellent. Take a break. Awesome. That concludes the strength training portion here. Okay. Now we're going to move into the recovery. All right. So we did a little bit of hip flexion drills. So I want to work on stretching out those hip flexors a bit. Okay. So we're going to need both long sticks. I'm going to grab the pad or pillow, right, whatever is available to you. And I'm going to start on the floor. So I'm going to start with my left knee down, my right foot forward. Okay. Now typically when we do some hip flexor stretching, typically hands are in front. Kind of want to change it up a bit, right? I want to actually start with my hands up high, right? This is just further elongating the spine and the tissues here, okay? And it makes it a little bit harder to extend it back. So you have to really lock that pelvis in position and make sure you're posteriorly tilting the pelvis, right? So back foot is going to be flat to the ground like so, okay? Top of my foot's on the floor. The bottoms of the sticks are going to be in line with the arch of my right foot here, okay? So what I want to do from here, I'm going to grab the sticks up high. First thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to drive the sticks down into the floor lightly, 15 to 20% tension, okay? Make sure I got good extension. I'm going to drive that back foot into the floor, and now I'm going to squeeze that left glute, tucking my pelvis. Hold. So we're not shifting forward here, right? Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Good. Now we're going to start to get deeper into that stretch, right? And if this is painful, reduce your range of motion and your tension, okay? So I'm going to have my hands up top again. I'm going to go through that same progression. I'm going to drive the sticks down, 15 to 20% tension, drive that back foot into the floor, squeeze that left glute and tuck my pelvis in. Now I'm going to shift forward. So we're going to get a little bit more of a hang here, right? So we get the shoulders at the same time. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out and ease off. Good. Okay. We're going to go into that one more time. Let's try to get a little bit deeper into the stretch if you can handle it. Okay. Arms up. Drive both sticks into the floor. Okay. Drive that back foot into the floor. Squeeze that left glute and tuck that pelvis. Shift forward. Now you're in much more of a hang here, right? Hold. 3, 2, 1. Slowly ease off. Excellent. Now we're going to switch sides. So I got my right knee down, Left foot is now forward. So keep the sticks where they're at. Just line up your left foot exactly where your right foot was, right? So we're lining the bottoms of the sticks up with the arches of the foot. We're gonna go through those same cues. Start up tall here, okay? So drive both sticks down, create some of that tension, drive that back foot into the floor, squeeze that right glute and tuck the pelvis. So if you're really tight here, right, in those anterior tissues, the quads, the hip flexors, you're gonna feel a big stretch here, okay? Remember, never go into those ranges of pain. Good, and we're gonna slowly ease off. Excellent, good. Now we're gonna do the same thing. If you can get a little deeper to the stretch, go a little bit deeper to the stretch. So, hands up tall, drive both sticks down, drive that back foot into the floor, squeeze that right glute and tuck that pelvis, and shift forward a little. Okay, not too much, just a little. You still wanna make sure you're controlling the pelvis here. That's extremely important. Good. 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out. Excellent. Good. Okay. We're gonna do one more time. Again, try to get a little deeper in the stretch if you can handle it. Okay. Arms up tall. Gonna drive that back foot into the floor. Drive the sticks into the floor. Squeeze that right glute and tuck that pelvis. Transition forward. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. Good. Now, I'm going to place one stick down. Still going to be in that half kneeling position, but now I'm just going to change things up just a little bit here, right? So, I'm gonna have my left knee down. So if you have corner of a wall, something stable for you to press the bottom of the stick into, that's gonna be really good right now. So if you have a wall, you might wanna get to it, okay? So I'm gonna have my left knee down. The stick is going to the right to the corner of a wall here. Again, something stable for us to press into. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna have my right foot out. And so I wanna try to have my foot facing forward as much as I possibly can, so I don't want it out like so. I want to turn that ankle in, okay? So I'm going to take the stick and my hand is up top and it's grabbing the end of the stick here. So that'll allow you to kind of gauge your distance a little, okay? So what I want to do from here, keep a stick in this overhead position. What I'm going to do is my left foot, top of my left foot is in the floor, and I'm going to drive the stick into the wall, and I'm going to start to hinge down towards the floor. Now I can place my left hand on the floor and further slowly lower myself, bringing the stick behind me here, okay? So you're going to get a stretch in the chest. You're probably going to get the adductor a bit here, okay? Just going to hold that position. Good. Going to come back up to the starting position and ease off. Okay, good. We're going to do that again. This time, we're going to try to get the left arm or the left elbow onto the floor here. Okay, so right foot is pointing forward, right hand's up top. Push that stick into the wall. Remember, really light, 15 to 20% tension. Okay, I'm going to start to hinge, place my left hand on the floor. Good, slowly bringing myself down. Now I'm going to try to get my elbow to the floor. So I'm getting lower to the floor here, further facilitating more rotation on the T-spine here. Good. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to place my left hand on the floor, push myself up slowly, and come out of it. Good. So now we're going to do it one more time. I'm going to add in a reach with my left hand, okay? Stand hand up tall, okay? Drive the stick into the wall lightly. Going to start to hinge. Stick comes back. Place the left hand on the floor. Good. Try to get lower. If you can reach across. And you can grab the stick. Good. And I want you to push that left hand into the wall. So it's going to further get more rotation. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hand back down. Press up. And come out. Good. We're going to switch sides now. Okay? So I'm going to turn around here. Now I'm going to have my right leg down. Left foot, again, is in the same position as the right leg was. So the ankle is turned forward as best you can. Okay? Left hand up top. Drive the stick into the wall. Good. Start to hinge. Place that right hand on the floor. Good. Gonna hold. Don't want to get too deep into it. You want to slowly work into it, right? And how you're controlling that shoulder blade really matters here. So you don't want the shoulder to come up. You want to keep that shoulder blade packed down towards your hips. Good. I'm going to slowly come up and out. Good. Ease off. Now we're going to do the same thing. Try to get that right elbow to the floor if you can. Okay? So start tall. Drive the stick into the wall. Going to start to hinge back. Place that right hand on the floor. Good. Slowly lower myself to my elbows on the floor here. Good. Remember to keep that stick going back, right? Trying to further facilitate some of that rotation in the T-spine. Now I'm going to push my hand into the floor. Good. Let myself come up and back to that starting position. We're going to add in the last one. Okay, we're going to add in the reach if you can. Left hand's on the stick. Okay, from here, drive the stick into the wall. Going to hinge back. Place that right hand on the floor. Bring that elbow down. Good. Reach across with the right hand. Grab the stick if you can. Now drive that right hand into the wall. Good. 3, 2, 1. Slowly ease off. Place that right hand on the floor. Press yourself back up and come out of that position. Good. Okay. So we're done with that. Now let's get into a bow and arrow, but we're going to do the bow and arrow in the lunge position. Okay. So we don't need the pad anymore. So for this, you can manipulate your stance however is most comfortable, whatever allows you to keep the most balance. You don't want to be all over the place while we do this one, right? So I'm going to start with my left leg forward here. I'm going to go to side profile so you can kind of see how my body is aligned here, right? So I'm going to take my right foot, place it pretty far back, right? And so what I want to do here, I want to have the bottom of the stick a couple inches in front of the line of my toes on my front leg or my left leg here, okay? Now, my right hand is going to be roughly where the sticker is, but it's going to depend on you. So I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to place it up over the top, and I'm going to have my thumb facing down towards the floor here, okay? Now, I want to keep this right hip facing forward the entire time. My right hand is on a stick. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to load my front leg by driving my knee forward, okay? Now I'm going to drive that right hand out and I'm going to rotate my spine to the left, squeezing my right glute, elongating those anterior tissues on the right. I'm going to slowly come out, stand back up here, good. Now I'm going to rotate the stick a bit so it's not bending all in one way. Okay, let's do this one more time. Right hand is on a sticker or wherever it's comfortable. Okay, I'm going to load that front leg. I'm going to shift my way towards that left leg here in front. Then I'm going to drive that right hand out. feel those anterior tissues open up, the lateral tissues, getting some of those sling systems. 3, 2, 1. Bring the right hand back in, stand up. Good, and come out. Now we're gonna switch sides, okay? So now I'm gonna have my right leg forward, left leg back, okay? Be in that same position. My left hand is where the sticker is, right? Right hand's gonna be up over the top, thumb facing down towards the floor, okay? I'm gonna load that right leg, so I'm gonna shift my weight on that right leg. Then I'm gonna extend my left hand out, squeezing that left glute. Hold. Make sure you breathe. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. Let's go one last time. Rotate that stick a bit. Okay. Load that right leg. Extend that left hand out. Squeeze that left glute. Make sure that's tight. Good. 3, 2, 1. Back in. Slowly ease out and come up. That is it for today's stick mobility class. Thank you for joining me today. I hope everybody had a wonderful class. Stay safe out there and happy Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Be sure to check out the YouTube for some more classes and videos. Have a good one, guys.